out, and the candidates will submit applications, and that'll be on December 9th. We also had the parade this past week and had lunches with the elementary kids at the school that went very well. It was nice to see the News Herald come out, and they highlighted kind of the event, and it's always nice to be in the newspaper in a positive light. And then finally, I've started defensive tactics training with the police department. We're doing one-on-one sessions just so I can kind of assess, see areas we need to work on and improve. And then finally, I'm working with Teresa to do a human trafficking thing at the community center for the community, and that'll be followed up later in the fall by a defensive tactics for women session that they'll all be able to come out and participate in. And that concludes my report, and I'm open for any questions.
Thank you, Chief. Are there any questions?
Chief, now that you mentioned human trafficking, and I know it's not in our city, but the new sheets recently, there was an awful lot of discussion from the children in our schools with pictures of white trucks parked and blocking cameras. Anything at all that you want to say? And it probably is off the guard, so if not, I understand.
Just from what I know of the event, there was nothing established. There was no crime perpetrated or anything. Nobody was attempted to be taken from there. We haven't had any instances of that in our community or in Willoughby, to my knowledge. So in terms of safety, I think it's still safe in that area. You know, it is right off of a freeway, so there's going to be a lot of traffic in the area and people with the trucks and things matching that description. So the best thing is to always be aware of your surroundings. If you can have a friend with you, do that. And if somebody approaches you who is a stranger, then make every effort you can to create distance and get away.
Thanks, Chief.
Chief, I noticed we have the radar on Billings Road. Just to refresh me, does that collect any data to give you? It does?
Yeah, it collects all the traffic data on the road, so it'll give us time frames, speeds. It'll break it down by speeds that are 10 and under, 10 to 20, and then 20 and over. We just did a big assessment over on Kirtland Chardon over a 2-month period. And what that traffic there revealed is, less than 1% of those violations are what we would consider reckless. 96% of the traffic on that road is driving within a desirable range, and the speeds that are in that mid-range are generally under those speeds that we would issue a citation for.
Anyone else? All right. Thank you, Chief. Mr. Fernaro.
Good evening, everybody. I'll be brief tonight. The road program I updated you this morning is moving along. Repairs are done on Prelog and Laredo Ridge. They were scheduled to do repairs today, got canceled because of weather. Still for this week should be chip seal and intermediate course for the pavement. That with paving to follow, window?
Surface paving?
Yeah, surface paving.
Well, they have
Thank you. I would like to bring up something that came up today. The contractor working on the Joseph Smith house, as they have to do their sewer, their sanitary and storm tie-in. It's right at the top of the hill. So they've asked if we will allow them to work at night. Talked with the chief and Mr. Lalo and Mr. Courtney a little bit right now. The safest operation for them to do that would be working at night. So I'd like to let council know the chief will probably approve that. We're looking for them to start anywhere between 9 and 10 p.m. and be off the street by 5 a.m. They're anticipating 3 days. So we're trying to get that work done before we get into winter weather. And I'm open for any questions.
Joe, you said 10 p.m. to what time?
I'd like them to be off the latest 5 a.m. Traffic really starts to pick up in the city right around 5:30.
What type of safety precautions are we going to have? Even though it's at night, I mean, there's got to be some type of...
It'll be one way, so it'll be blocked, one lane with flaggers.
So I mean, I know this, I think it's Ward 1, so I have a vested interest in that. What about noise? Will there be a lot of noise?
It will be. So we're
So I-
talking an excavator digging out that pavement. They're going to be a little bit into the roadway. Most of it's going to be on the berm in the right of way, but there will definitely be some noise.
And so I'm wondering,
I know they reached out to the neighbor to the north to make sure they were aware of what's going to be going on.
I guess that would be my only recommendation is that we make sure that we notify those neighbors that are in the immediate vicinity that there's going to be noise, and we'll get it done as fast as we can. So thanks.
Again, it's the safest way to get that job completed.